Hello and welcome to the Greek version of my look at Acts 10, 1 through 8 today. We begin Acts 10. So the gospel is going to reach the Gentiles in this chapter. We've crossed all the ethnic barriers and several cultural barriers. The gospel has come to Greek-speaking Jews and not just Aramaic-speaking Jews. In chapter 6, we have had overtones of Samaria in Stephen's sermon, and then again explicitly in 8, this would have been deeply annoying to a Jew that the gospel is coming to Samaria. Think parable of the Good Samaritan. We have a eunuch who I'm coming to believe more and more was a literal eunuch who is unclean according to the Old Testament. Gospel comes there. And a tanner who's uncouth, works with dead animals and has uncleanness all around him. And so we're seeing those kinds of barriers coming down. And here in chapter 10, the gospel is going to jump the final ethnic barrier to where non-Jews can be saved. So let's go ahead and begin with verse 1. And a man, a certain man, indefinite pronoun, or here indefinite adjective because it modifies man, a certain man in Caesarea, Cornelius by name. Notice we've had this construction very often in the last couple chapters. A anyway, a centurion, 100, hecaton tarches. Hecaton is 100, and then arche is ruler. So a ruler of 100, a centurion. From the regiment, the seed of which is called Italian. So it's an Italian regiment. Verse 2, he's godly, and he's fearing God. He's a God-fearer with all the house of him. How does he show that godliness? Well, by making much alms for the people. I assume this means the Jewish people, although it could be argued, I guess, the other. And asking God continually, through all, continually, idiom. Verse 3, he saw, this is the aorist of horao, aid. You can see the video id in the middle there that has to do with seeing. So a nu with an epsilon in front of it is almost always a movable nu. Throw it out. Epsilon is very common third-person singular past tense ending. So this is aorist, active, indicative, third singular from horao. He saw in a vision, in a horama, which we've seen this before, right? The vision. Clearly, phaneros, he saw it clearly, around the hour 9th of the day. So that's about 3 p.m., as I say in the podcast. What did he see? He saw an angel of the Lord, a messenger of the Lord. Just not Gabriel, but a messenger of the Lord, an angel of the Lord. Could have been Gabriel, I suppose. Having entered in to him and having spoken to him. So aping an aorist, elf is aorist. So these are second aorists that we know they're aorists because we've memorized them. And having said to him, Cornelius, vocative. Okay. Verse 4. And this confused me because it could be, and the one attending to him or the one paying attention to him, that doesn't make any sense. So I think it's, and he, having paid attention to the angel and having become afraid, said, aping an aorist, again is aorist. This is the aorist sigma alpha participle. He said, quote, what is it, Lord? This is a interrogative pronoun. It's the neuter form. It doesn't have the sigma, so it's what? What is it, Lord? Question mark. And probably sir works here because we don't know that it's Jesus. I kind of doubt it is. So what is it, sir? And he said to him, quote, the prayers of you and the alms of you went up into a memorial before God. So this is bino, ana bino. Ana means up. Bino means go, went up. Sigma alpha, it's well, actually, this is third person plural. I know this is aorist just because of the bay. Verse 5, and now send men into Joppa and send for Simon, a certain Simon, simply Simon. Pempson, this is an aorist active imperative, second person singular. And this is also second person singular, but it's middle, aorist middle. C is the key to hidden sigma, by the way. Remember the second person singular imperative song? Lu son, lu si, lu theti. So these are second person singular aorist imperatives. Okay, a certain Simon. So this is, again, the indefinite pronoun being used as an adjective. So we might say indefinite adjective. A certain Simon. Notice also here who is called Peter. Remember, Peter is not his given name. Peter is the name that the Lord gave him, the rock. Simon is his name, simply Simon, who is called, relative pronoun, relative clause, Peter. Verse 6, this one, demonstrative pronoun, is being hosted. Xenos is a foreigner, and so he is being treated hospitality, is treated as a stranger, with a certain Simon the tanner, not a different Simon. This is, again, the interrogative pronoun being used as an adjective, so it's an or indefinite pronoun being used as an adjective, so it's an indefinite adjective. To whom is the house along the sea? Whose house is along the sea? So this is a kind of a dative of possession, I guess we call it. Whose house is along the sea? Okay. Verse 7. And as the angel went away, the angel, the speaking to him angel. So this is a nice attributive construction. Article noun, article adjective. Participle is a verbal adjective, as it were. So if you want to go through the process, the angel, the speaking, that's my rated G translation. Since the adjective, since the participle has an article, it's being used adjectivally. So we could say the angel who speaking to him, and then we bring it on down, stage 3, the angel who was speaking to him. And as the angel who was speaking to him went away, having called, this is an aorist participle, nominative masculine singular, sigma alpha tells me it's aorist, having called 2 of the servants and a soldier, a godly soldier, of the ones attending to him. So he has lots of soldiers who are part of his centurionness, 100. One of them is godly. Probably a number, as we're going to see, a number of them are God-fearers. This is a God-fearing cohort. Verse 8, and having told them all things, having narrated to them all things, he sent them into Joppa, Joppa the hut. Okay, so this is the aorist of apostello. We know it's aorist because it's lost one of its lambdas. It has an internal lengthening. There's an augment right there. This is also aorist participle. Men are passive or middle participles. Probably middle. I think this is ex ageomai. So it's omai, it's deponent. Aorist, deponent, participle, nominative masculine singular. Okay, went through the Greek rather quickly here today. We'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing.